Well, this is, I don't know, okay, so you can hear me. Audio. Just take me a second. Speaker is on. I think. Okay. Let's see here. Speaker. Maybe I just missed this one.
Someone said.
Okay, how about now? Can you hear me in this scene? How about now? Can you hear me in this scene? I think, maybe. I'm so sorry, guys.
No, I've got my phone fully. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Okay. I think we're good. Let's start with the news then. Let's get this started. Because nobody can hear me in this one, so that's not ideal. All right, can everyone hear me on this screen? Hopefully, maybe. I'm going to bring Ted in. We're going to quick talk about the show in my cool new scene here. And hopefully get this started a little bit better this time around. So we got a new show. It's Algo Hour. It's really cool. We have been working really hard on it. And it's not going as planned today, but that's okay. We'll make it happen. There's some cool stuff coming up. And I have this pretty cool news segment that I was excited to share with y'all. But mainly, Algo Kit is coming at the end of the month. That's awesome. We finally know the reason for the MyAlgo hack. And so I read that tweet last night, and I didn't really understand exactly how they said it happened. So I very nicely asked Joe to come on and help me understand it. So Joe, hi, thank you so much for being as patient as you've been and just all around amazing. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. But
my pleasure.
There were like some acronyms and some big brain explanations for this MyAlgo. Tell me how it happened. Like, what happened?
Yeah, so first I just recommend everyone on the MyAlgo Twitter, like if you go to their MyAlgo _ Twitter page, there's a big thread kind of stepping through everything that happened. But I'll just be going over kind of like the summary and explaining what that really means and how it happened. So the first tweet in the thread is summary of preliminary findings. The preliminary investigation reveals that the attackers employed a MITM attack technique by exploiting the content delivery platform CDN to set up a malicious proxy. So the MITM means man in the middle attack, and this basically means someone that wasn't directly exploiting the end user's machine and someone that wasn't directly exploiting the MyAlgo code figured out a way to deploy malicious code kind of in between the pipeline between serving the code from the MyAlgo servers to the end user. And so what happened here specifically is there was some sort of compromise at the CDN level. And CDN stands for Content Delivery Network. And what a CDN does is it basically helps MyAlgo be served to all the end users. So MyAlgo, they have a server that has all the files for their website, and this means that it has all the code that is executed when you enter your password and when it decodes the seed phrase. And what a CDN does is it basically copies that code on a bunch of different servers around the world, so it's easier for people to load. So for example, LordBeluga, if they're based in the US and they have their server in the US, then there's also copies of that server in other countries that serve that code. So now if you're in India, for example, and you go to LordBeluga, they'll load the code on the Indian server rather than the US server. So what happened here is that someone was able to gain access to their CDN configuration. So this basically means someone was able to control what code was saved on those different servers. And this basically means that the attacker was able to tell LordBeluga when a user loads this web page, instead of loading the actual LordBeluga code, load this copy of the code with malicious additions to it. And so the malicious additions, what the attacker basically did is copy the LordBeluga code, and then they had it set up so where whenever you enter in your password, it would just send it to the attacker. Now this is not a native feature of LordBeluga. By default, LordBeluga didn't send your passwords anywhere, it was all just locally. But because the attacker was able to inject this malicious code at these different servers located around the world, they were basically able to change the behavior of LordBeluga to send the passwords remotely. There's still a lot of information we don't know, so we don't know, like, for example, how exactly they were able to compromise the CDN. There's been some previous hacks in the crypto space. I think it was called DAO, I think was one, and it was a very similar attack, and that happened where it was a compromised API key, so someone was basically able to get the password for their configuration. And so there's still a lot of information that we don't know. The good news is that we've now confirmed it's not like a problem as we initially thought, and we also know that this was a LordBeluga specific attack. So while other web wallets might have additional caveats in terms of security, this only affected LordBeluga, so Paraweb, Paramobile, DeFi, all those other wallets are still perfectly safe to use. So in the coming weeks, we should hopefully learn a little bit more about how this attack happened, and then get more information about the kind of exchange FBI side in terms of freezing funds, refunds, all that's still kind of up in the air. But now we know kind of the initial cause, and to summarize, it was basically the attackers found a way to inject malicious code without LordBeluga realizing. So it wasn't really a bug in LordBeluga, it was just a important password got leaked somewhere on behalf of the LordBeluga team, and they were able to act maliciously on that. So obviously not great news, could be a lot worse. Obviously still a lot of people affected, which is unfortunate, but this attack is no longer ongoing, especially since LordBeluga closed the account generation and importing, and most other wallets we know out there, so like DeFi, Para, for example, are still safe to use. Just a general reminder, make sure if you're dealing with a lot of money that you follow good security practices, like use a ledger, multi-sig, stuff like that. But before I rant on any longer about this terrible news, we also have some more exciting news down the pipeline, so I'll hand over the mic.
Well, and you might be able to tell me a little bit more about the Algo Kit. I'm excited about it. I think it's huge. John Woods is excited about it. I'm excited about it. But I hear it's going to be like one-click node running, which is really exciting. So that's coming at the end of the month, right?
So the Algo Kit and the one-click nodes are actually different. I think eventually they'll probably be integrated, but what's coming at the end of the month is the version 1 of Algo Kit, and this will basically be integrating and replacing a lot of the existing tools that we have in our current ecosystem to make the onboarding experience for new developers a lot easier. So at the end of this month, we'll have new developer tooling that will make it easier than ever to develop smart contracts, and then one-click node and additional Algo Kit features will be coming later in the year.
Okay. So I know the MyAlgo hack was huge, and I want to rewind because I think I understand what you were saying and how it worked. But is it kind of like how scammers can make it look like, Seth just popped up, but is that kind of like how scammers can make it look like my phone number is calling myself? Like they cheat
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
back end, kind of, and fake something on the back end so that it appears legit. Okay. It kind of made sense when you explained it just now. I did read through that MyAlgo thread and was like, they lost me at CPN. I was like, what?
Yeah, it's basically like you said, it's just like spoofing a phone number where, you go to the website, wallet.myalgo.com, and you think you're getting the regular MyAlgo code, but it was actually a spoofed version of the code that included the malicious code. And they were able to do that by getting access to like a third-party website. I believe they use Cloudflare,
Okay.
which is the name of the CDN that they use. So if they were able to spoof the code, much like I can spoof like phone numbers and make it look like it was legit code, but it wasn't.
And so, I asked you like over a week ago to come on and do an Ask a Dev segment for me. And then yesterday when this MyAlgo news came out, I was like, I don't understand this. Can you please? So we will see you a little bit later on. But I really appreciate you helping me out with this part of the news. I've got Dylan who's going to come on and he is going to talk about some stuff that's going on with NFT NYC. So thanks, Joe. We will see you soon.
My pleasure. Sounds good.
Dylan, are you there?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear
I'm live
you.
in New York. It's really loud here.
I can hear you, but I can't see you for whatever reason. There you are. Hi, Dylan. How are you?
Hey,
I love it. You're already in New York. How amazing.
yeah, I'm doing a recon mission. I want to make sure that we're ready to go for next month.
I dig it. Well, you guys did some really exciting stuff. As far as news in the space lately, it's been kind of a downer. And you guys came up with this initiative, right? Where you were going to pick one of the AlgoFam and bring them to New York for NFT NYC, but then it changed and now there's more people going and there's more people involved. Tell me all about it. What can you spill so far? I know you guys started contacting winners.
Yeah, so we are in the middle of a big revamp, a big rebrand, as many people know. It's tricky to roll out like a total refresh of something with a team this small, but they're cranking away. And the original plan was to launch, the Shuffle platform revamp at NFT NYC. It's the biggest NFT event in the world. Tons of people are expected to be there, so we wanted to go as big as we can. I mean, obviously we're a small startup. We've got a finite runway at this point. But then the MyAlgo hack happened, and it's like, okay.
Right.
Obviously, it would be great to not have like horrible bear market, terrible vibes going into an event that you want to make a huge splash on. So we kind of looked inward and we're like, listen, can we spin this? Like I pitched it and there was some healthy debate on it, but I was like, listen, this is really important. Really important. We bring at least a couple. No question. So we all agreed on that. We hadn't picked anyone, obviously, but we're just like, we'll bring a couple people. No question about it. We'll make it work. We let the foundation know, and they loved it. They're like, yeah, this is a no-brainer. Like, this is exactly what the community needs right this minute. Like, we're in. And then we let Para know, and they're like, yep, we're in, 100%. Let's sponsor some creators. So we opened that up a little over a week ago, and we had over 70 applicants. So
Wow.
a really impressive turnout. And we went through all the applications, some really good applications. Very, very impressive. So no doubt it was quite hard to pick. And you've got 6 people deliberating on 70 applications. So it was about a 3-hour process.
Cool.
But yeah, the winners have been DM'd. I can't spill anything yet, but I think they're all going to be people that at least everyone will like at least one of them. That I can promise.
Fair enough. So what are they doing when they're getting to NYC? I know of a few projects that are going to be there representing, obviously, Rain Gallery is going to be there, but also I know H&Y was planning on going, Algo the Owl is going to be there, Eddie from Algo Leagues. We've got like kind of a crew. Who else is going that you know of? Are there activities lined up?
I know of Para for sure.
Okay.
I have been like laser focused on our booth at the Javits Center. It's going to be on the third story. We're going to be partnering with a few people that can't be announced yet, unfortunately. But you can probably imagine who they are. And then on the 13th, the Algo House event, which has the details should be coming out tomorrow about like time and location. That's where all these Algorand creators are going to have an opportunity to have their own space and show off what they're doing. So that was part of this application. It's like, okay, on the 13th, we want you there. What's your plan? What are you going to bring? How are you going to pitch? That type of thing. So big opportunity for a lot of these folks to present to people, of course, that are looking specifically at Algorand because they're at this massive Algorand party. But on the 12th and then the 14th, they're just going to be part of the, gang, the AlgoFam gang in New York at the Javits Center. And I mean, I don't think we're going to need help at the booth. I think we've got that man with me and some guys from Para, but they're just going to be shilling for Algo, and hopefully in insanely bright colors.
That's so exciting, and it's an upbeat thing to talk about, something exciting to look forward to. I feel like now that they've kind of at least determined the cause of the MyAlgo thing, like we can all move forward and start getting hyped for some like family bonding. So I'm not planning on being an NFT NYC, but I do know that there's a lot of people that are going, and there's a pretty cool, I think Agash is speaking on one of the stages. I know that there was a vote out there for that. So I'm excited. Thanks for putting that incentive together. Thanks for like kind of rallying the rest of the community. I love a good community lift. That's kind of what this show is about. And so I was excited to see it wasn't just Rand. It was Para and the foundation and other people jumping on board. That was huge. So thanks for popping in and talking to me about it and telling us all about it. Hopefully we'll find out who those people are soon. I know we were hoping for that announcement, but it's going to be a good time. And that is April 12th through 14th, right?
Yep. The event is the 12th to the 14th at
All right.
Hudson Yard at the Javits Convention Center.
Okay. Well, I think if we haven't lost Ted, I've got it on the schedule to do a commercial break, but I will see you a little bit later on because we're going to do flex time and talk some NFTs if that's okay.
Yeah, maybe I'll find a quieter place to do that. Sounds good.
I appreciate it, Dylan. Thanks. All right, let's see. Do I have Ted? Ted, are you still here? Hi, Ted.
I'm alive.
You made it.
Am I good on your screen?
You look good to me. I can hear you. We're kind of hanging out in the news scene because the scenes where you and I talk isn't working
Clearly
today.
are working. Just like my relationships, they don't work out. But what I can tell you will work out is an ad sponsorship for this show. That's right, you, yes, you, the community, the people, anyone involved can choose to go and get your sponsorship read by someone like me. 60-second spots are kind of what we're looking for, and the deadline to apply is next Friday. But yeah, that's the kind of the high level of what it takes to go and get on this show. Perfect example. Commercial break could be something like sponsored by EXO, right, in the X market, but we'll save that for a little bit later. In the meantime, our second ad read is sponsored by Rand, the new rebranding of Rand. IRL, I don't know if you have any media or anything that you want to put on the
I do. Let me see if I can pull that up.
I am a little bit handicapped at the moment. I am currently dealing with a power outage. And then my laptop, which I was trying to initially do this on, has now died. So we're on our tertiary option here, ladies and gentlemen. But I hope to be the primary option for you when it comes to commercial breaks.
And we had it lined up at the beginning of the show to talk a little bit about what I kind of envisioned for this fun show and it being a community lift. And I said to Ted, do you listen to NPR membership drives? Like, do you know what that is? And he kind of just laughed at me, but like, that's how I feel. It's like people like you can get involved at any level and help me put together this show. For anybody who doesn't know, I normally get track dev, and he's great, and he helps me with a lot of the testing ahead of time for segments and interviews and things like that. And he's been really sick. He's been in the hospital. It's his birthday though, so happy birthday, Track, and get well soon. And I'm a fish out of water a little bit without you, but I appreciate everybody that's pitched in this segment. We'll go through and give shouts at the end of the show. But for now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and I've really got to look at my own schedule, we're going to go into who's active right now. So we'll be back for another commercial break really soon, Ted. I appreciate you.
Of course, and I'm here for you anytime. IRL, are you there?
I'm here, but I can't find Seth. Seth, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, there you are. How you doing?
I'm excellent. How are you?
Oh gosh, I bet you can imagine. We're trying this show. It's going to be fun. And you've agreed to help us kind of be human beings and get off our tuckuses every once in a while.
Yeah.
I
You
can't...
told me to flex, and so that's an easy thing for me to do. It's speak to my ego. We're set.
My NFT flexes are better than my this kind of flexes, but that's okay. We'll get there. So this is a fun part of the show we're going to do every week. It's called Who's Active Right Now. The whole idea is that I bribe you to get off your butt and have a little fun and laugh at yourself a little. So this week, and I'm going to pull it up on the screen here, Lord Beluga has showed us and shown me you can do push-ups about 1,000,000 ways from Sunday. So the challenge this week is to get active and do your own version of a push-up and upload it. We're going to use a Twitter handle, hashtag, what is that, Algo Active. And next week I'm going to give away 100 Algo and a really cool NFT. So Beluga, did you see the NFT that we have to give away for next week?
I missed it. Is it Jax?
It is a Room of Han. It's Room of Han 130. It's this dapper looking biker. He's amazing.
Yeah, he's great.
I just threw it up on the screen for anybody who didn't see it, but definitely do it with your kids, do it with your family if you want to show off. I think at the end of this scene, you do like a one-handed push-up, you do a one-legged push-up. I think I might have to just do like the knee version of the push-up, and I think that's okay, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And what's cool with like the knee push-ups, you can do like your knees really close together or your knees really far apart, and that's gonna like apply different muscle groups like to your shoulders and arms. So like if it's really, really hard, just bring your knees like closer to your chest. And then, it's a lot easier, but you're not putting as much force on. That's kind of why I do like the push-up against the wall, push-up against the table, against the chair. Because you're like slowly adding load to your upper body. So like closer to the knees, more load on, or less load on the upper body. The farther away the knees, the more load on your upper body, the more core engagement.
Okay, so we want you to get active at any level. You can do it on the wall, you can do it on your knees. You did this really sick one-handed thing that like I guarantee would end in a face plant for me. But do
I can only do it right now.
do you think there's like other things that we should be doing, or like do you think a push-up's a good thing to start with? I think a push-up's a fun way to start personally.
Push-up's great. There's so many like modified versions of it. It's really good for like full body. It is just a push motion, whereas I'm more like full motion climbing. But for the most part, like if you just do push-ups, like you're going to be getting all the muscle groups you need. Other than legs, but who does leg day, right?
Well, I appreciate it. You're going to come back and hang out with me on a weekly basis. We're going to challenge the AlgoFam to get off their butts and just have fun. Like, I guarantee you, you will laugh at my push-ups. Guaranteed entertainment. And I really feel strongly about it being a human fact. Like, we're all human, and like, yeah, sometimes instead of just a community cry, community laugh can be just as good. So I appreciate it. 100 Algo is up for grabs. So get your push-ups in, use the hashtag so we can find it, and we'll get you entered. But really, I'm so appreciative that you were on board to do this with me in the first place. But then on top of it, you did a bunch of push-ups for me, man. So I appreciate it. So thanks for hanging out.
I was actually sore after all that. You know, it was good. Free workout for me.
I really, really appreciate it. I can't tell you enough how fun it's been to work on this show, and how I can see once we kind of iron out my inability to use technology in a meaningful way. It's going to be a lot of fun. So again, get your push-ups in. We'll have a cutoff. I think we said sometime Monday. Get those videos on Twitter, and you'll come back and look at some of them with me next week. We'll pick a winner for that NFT, and let's see if I can pull that up one more time for you guys. Room of Han 130. I love him. I think he's got great work. It's definitely some clean artwork, and he's a biker. That's okay. That'll work.
I do a push-up on a bike for extra credit.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, right? I like it. I think a push-up's a perfect place to start for this, because you can really kind of cater it to your level. All right, so I have another scene coming up for you guys. You are coming right back. We're going to do flex time together in a different kind of flex. Instead of the push-up flex, we're going to talk NFT flexes. So I'll have you right back. How about now? Hey, I think I got it.
Right on.
Okay, so I want to get back to this because we all love Mingos, but look at this guy. Stupidest.algo put it. I don't know. I'm feeling the blazer, guys. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm rocking a blazer today for my important show. So I dug it. It was one of my faves of the lot. There are some MIAs. Have you guys seen the flex machine Andrew's working on? I think it's Lions
Yeah.
Wrinkle and Andrew.
The flex machine, yeah, what Andrew and Lions Wrinkle of Coffee Bits have done is really absolutely incredible. I'm excited for it to go live soon, trademark. But I have some insider information that I think it'll happen sooner than you think. Hopefully we can go and continue switching out some of those final bugs, and I say we as someone that doesn't really do anything. I just sit there and point and pretend to be a boss even though I'm not paying anyone. And yeah, overall I think it's just going to be super awesome, super exciting. The interoperability between all of these different collections that Andrew and Lions Wrinkle kind of help cultivate is really, really incredible, and I'm excited for it to just work. Looking at some of the world wider web of NFTs in general, collections that have these types of meme machines and stuff are always kind of really, really well regarded as great community like supporters and lifters, right, and have these strong communities. And I think the fact that Andrew is taking this more omniscient approach and her omni NFT collection approach, not really choosing between certain ones, is really awesome. And I really like this kind of collaborative first approach that a lot of different projects are hosting on Algo. So yeah, excited, long story short.
It's kind of tricky though because like now people can flex NFTs that are like a combination of their NFTs. Talk about, you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, they could do that before if you tried hard enough.
Yeah.
Nothing will be able to stop them from, especially now if everyone has their NFTs and everyone has a great source of identity tied to a certain address. You know, I mean, if you can just go and look and go and check, I think that's the beauty of it all.
Well, like the mango eyes here, I'm a little like, I don't know how we got Peter Griffin's eyes, but yeah, let's see what else is down here. So I think a few of our friends don't know how to flex NFTs. It's Buddy Man, that's a meme, not an NFT. So good morning to you too, I guess.
Did he mint it?
I mean, he could have, I guess. Let's see. He might have.
Not all memes. That's the next level. Web 4.
Right? I mean, yeah, Moon also posted a meme, has an NFT. I mean, he might have minted that. That could have been a thing, maybe.
Probably a thing.
Bama with a screenshot from Jess at Algorand. Not an NFT, Bama. I love you. You don't get put on the wheel of names for that, though. Ted, I hope you're taking notes.
I am, don't you worry, and this is a wheel of NFT, a wheel of names that's going to be really highly curated, and definitely not something that I ran before my computer died, and I'm just hoping I remember to pronounce the guy's name right.
Did you guys see this Jolly teaser?
Oh, man.
That was fire.
It's really good, right? I don't know. I love me some Immortal Jolly, but what else? What stuck out to you in some flexes? It might have not been on the thread, but Lord Beluga, what do you like to see in an NFT flex?
I'm a sucker for fire or anything like strong, muscles, swords, cool, anything from that aspect.
Okay, I gotcha. And Dylan?
I like really detailed hand-drawn stuff. Like I'm a sucker for animation. I just love seeing the detail and the effort.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah. I gotta say there are some traits that I don't like. I don't like the binky trait, y'all. I don't need a pacifier.
Oh,
It's weird. I don't like it.
Thank you so much.
In the Metal
Yes,
Marvins, in the Metal Marvins, there was like this weird mustache trait. Nobody flexed one, but yeah, I don't like the binkies. They're not my favorite. I also have, I don't love when there's a trait with acid, like on their tongue. That's like a common trait that we see sometimes that I just don't like. Like, I'll get rid of it if I pull it.
You know?
A lot of drug use. Yeah, a lot of drug use.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I mean, you got to draw the line somewhere. I have an octo or a taco, right, from the Octran launch pad, and it's got a baby in one tentacle and a cigarette or a smoke of some kind and another tentacle and a glass of scotch. But the acid's like a step too far for me personally, I guess. I don't know, but that's
Smoking in babies is fine. Yeah, the acid is really messed up. You go to a different dimension.
right. I
You
mean,
might think the baby is a baby octopus, and you're like, oh no.
Yeah, do octopuses have lungs?
I mean,
How do they smoke?
I think they're like guild based. I don't know.
it's a
I need a
creative
refund. Yeah, I need a refund on my octo.
I don't know.
Just kidding.
Oh man. All right. Well, Ted put all of these people who actually flexed NFTs into the wheel of names, and he's going to draw. Somebody's going to get to pull from the wheel of names. I got a shuffle going, and there's some cool NFTs in there. They're awesome. There's an Alchemon in the prize pool. There's an Algobots, a Bork, a Draglon, an Algos, and a Pixel Gecko. So, for people who don't know, like the Draglon, it is made on PowerPoint. It's insane. Talk about a flex, like making art on PowerPoint is kind of insane to me. So somebody will get a chance to pull from that. I had, I think, over 30 NFTs in that wallet originally, and I don't know, I thought it'd be fun to kind of get us flexing. So I want everybody to flex their NFTs, but what's a good hashtag for them to use so that we can find them all every week? Algo NFTs?
Algo Hour Flex.
Algo Hour Flex? Okay. All right, you heard it here first. Bunches of hashtags. We'll take a poll and look at the comments and see which ones we should pull for next week. But yeah, I always get confused on the appropriate hashtag to use. I don't know. It can be kind of scary, I guess.
Wait,
Right? You know,
what's the worst that can happen?
this. So it's a half audio, like, you know. But we're making it happen. So I appreciate you guys weighing in. Get your flexes in. Use an algo hashtag so I can find it. If you think of it, comment on the video and tell me what hashtag you're going to use so I can find it. And we'll get a panel to chat and talk about it next week, if that sounds good. Ted, dearest, I'm going to see if your audio works on this loading page, because I do have the media that was provided, which are just still shots. Both Rain Gallery and Examarket did. So let me see if I can get your audio. But I appreciate you guys weighing in for my flex time.
Of course, absolutely. I have the winner also. If you want me to go on that.
Sure, yeah. Tell us who won.
I'm gonna butcher this. Let me go ahead and find it again. Sorry, I exited the thingy and then now give me 1 second. Okay, it's Hasarvide9
Okay, cool.
is their Twitter username. I will go through. We'll verify that and make sure that's all squared away. And if it's not the case, then we'll go through and figure that out. But go ahead, push me to a commercial break, and I'm excited to go and represent Algorand NFTs.
Yeah, the person who won, I will send you 0.069 algo to cover the 0.1 algo fee on the shuffle and get your wallet access to the shuffle. So definitely reach out to me. We'll have Ted and his detectives make sure you're a person, and you get an NFT. You get an NFT, and you get an NFT. Alrighty, I appreciate it, guys. Let's get that loading page up, and we'll...
Paris Blockchain Week is also really, really awesome. We have the rewards program continuing to go on, and yeah, just get after it. Don't forget that you can continue to list and do all your stuff and get points for the loot boxes today. IRL, back to you.
All right, I appreciate it, guys. Joe, I think we got you on the line. You ready to do Ask a Deb? Okay, let's try that again. Hold on. No. Okay. All right, Joe. Sorry. I'm really, really sorry. Tell me all about it.
Yes, okay, so starting from the top, so there are kind of two different answers to this question depending on like what where you're coming from. So there's a lot of people that ask this question that are in the Web3 space but don't have development experience at all, so no development experience like in the Web2 space. And then there are also devs that are familiar with like Web2 development but want to get into blockchain and Algorand specifically for the first time. So to start, if you have like no dev experience whatsoever, I recommend learning JavaScript. And there are a couple different ways you can learn JavaScript, but the reason why you want to learn it is because it's the most common language used for web development, which is the interface that a lot of people like to use for interacting with blockchain apps. And in terms of like how do we actually learn it, there's a lot of different resources, but you definitely don't need to attend like a formal school or like course or something. How I personally learned a lot of my development skills is through a site called Code Academy. Code Academy, it's like an interactive tutorial site where it'll give you, bite-sized chunks of things to do. It'll hold your hand as you do them, and then as you continue to learn more and more, it'll give you more freedom to kind of like learn and explore and do things in a very like interactive way. So Code Academy is the site I personally like. There's a bunch of other sites that are similar. If you just go, JavaScript tutorials, you'll come up with a whole bunch of stuff. But I think the interactive tutorials are what's really helpful for new developers, especially if you don't have a ton of dev experience. So once you kind of have the base layer experience of developing, then you're kind of ready to get into the Web3 world. And Web3, there's a couple of different like hard skills that you need to learn, so like new languages, stuff like that. And then there's a lot of different soft skills that apply to both Web2 and then some that are also Web3 specific. So in terms of hard skills for Algorand specifically, of course, like if you're building a web app, then you're going to leverage. And then on the smart contract side, so if you're interested in having like really advanced like decentralized functionality through smart contracts, right now the recommended language to use is Python, and we have a library called PyTeal, along with a framework called Beaker, and these are all tools that are used to build smart contracts, just full stack dApps. And then if you are interested in getting started developing, then instead of pulling all these things together and learning them all separately, head over to developer.algo.org, and that'll have all of our developer documentation. And then also launching today, we're going to have a landing page for Algo Kit, which is a tool that'll have basically everything wrapped into one. And so you just do an Algo Kit init is the command, and that'll set you up with Python or JavaScript, depending on the template you use, and have all the stuff ready for you. So that's kind of the hard skills. Python and JavaScript are kind of the main languages. And then kind of the more soft skills in terms of like, okay, I know how to write code, how to actually turn this into like a functional thing on Algorand. And there's a lot of different paths for that, but we at the Algorand Foundation, we have our own boot camps where you can, once you have the base layer knowledge of how to write code, you can participate in our boot camps that will walk you through how to use PyTeal and Beaker and AlgoKit and all these great tools on how to actually build a smart contract. That will be starting beginning of April, I believe, will be our next boot camp. So stay tuned for that. Then after the boot camp, we also have like hackathons. So you're able to like write code and attempt to win challenges. So you win like algo prizes, and then you get entered into like pitch competitions and more in-person event stuff. And then also we have accelerators. We have region-based accelerators, but they're all, pretty nebulous in terms of like borders. So regardless of where you are, you can apply to accelerators. And that's what really helps take projects from, okay, I'm a dev, I learned how to code stuff, I've coded together some prototype, how do I turn it into an actual product? That's where like accelerators really come in hand. And then finally, one thing you want to do is network. Going to in-person events and just meeting like-minded people, and most importantly, like-minded people with different skill sets is really the key to being successful. I think not only like the Web3 space, but just in general. And like for example, I'll be at NFT NYC, so if you're interested in learning more about Algorand development, I'll be there in person where you can just have some conversations about how to do that. And in general, like a lot of people find success in just networking, going to these in-person events. We have like stuff like NFT NYC, which is more like crypto general, and then we have Algorand specific events. And all this information can be found if you go to Algorand.Foundation/events, or if you just go to Algorand.Foundation and go to the developer dropdown, we have all the information there. So to kind of summarize, hard skills, probably pick up JavaScript first, and then Python if you're interested in smart contract development, and then soft skills, look at the events that's being offered by the foundation and all our other partners, and just get involved with the community. Like how I got involved in Algorand and actually got a job at Algorand was just being active in the Discord, asking questions, and eventually answering questions. And I think that's kind of the name of the game in this space, especially, is just getting involved with the community and knowing who to talk to and who to ask questions and who to build with. So hopefully, if you're someone that's kind of interested in building, you kind of know where to go. Again, developer.algorand.org, it's kind of a one-stop shop for all of our resources. And then also today, we are launching our Algo Devs YouTube channel. So youtube.com/@AlgoDevs, and I'll have a bunch of like short videos. All, for the most part, we have one 10-minute video that goes over like everything, and then a bunch of like 5-minute videos that go over individual concepts. So very digestible. We have some like really great talent on our team that is able to make like really engaging videos. So just another path that you can go to learn more about Algorand development. So there is a lot to go. It's going into Web3 is definitely not an easy experience, which is why that community and being able to ask questions is so important. So one last plug is the Discord for Algorand, discord.gg/Algorand. Myself, a bunch of other engineers from the foundation and the Inc. are in there answering questions, and then along with the developer community. So those are kind of all the starting points. If you just heard that long spiel of mine and have even more questions, feel free to reach out. My job is literally to help people onboard to Algorand and help them build these awesome projects that we're seeing. So don't hesitate to reach out.
If there was an In the Trenches MVP award, Joe, you would win for foundation employee. I gotta say, you're just the best. You're always so positive and so helpful. And I don't know how I roped you into doing this first show experiment with me, but I hope you'll come back and answer some more questions for us another time.
For sure, yeah. Like I said, I got my job here by answering questions on Discord, so love answering questions. That's what I'm here for.
And I had asked you for the show, but if you have questions and you want to put it out there because you think other people might want to hear your question too, you can also use the Twitter handle at AlgoDevs. But Joe is around. He's in the trenches with us, and I appreciate it. Thanks, Joe.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Audio. I think people can hear us. Hopefully they
Great.
can. I think I got it.
Hopefully.
Gosh, I just want to take a minute. We're way over because we started way late. It's a learning process, guys. It's going to be fun, though, I promise. I kind of put a tweet out earlier in the week that said, we will get together as a family and we will have fun, or so help me. And I meant that. Like, come help me. So if you want to get involved with the station or the channel, the show that we're putting on, definitely reach out to me. I can use all the helps. I always say that. We're going to come back. Ted is not off the hook. He's coming back next week. We're going to have more commercial breaks for you.
No audio. They can't hear on their end.
No? I thought I fixed it. Let's try it again. Hold on.
Just pull the plug.
How about now? No? I really thought I figured it out on the fly like that. I don't know. Let's see here.
I've got audio.
Okay, cool.
You're saying it's back now.
All right.
Hello.
So what I was saying is it's hard, and I had tweeted, we will get together as a family, we will have fun, or so help me, and I mean it. Come help me. Come help me and Ted and everybody that's helping out with the show. There's sponsorship opportunities. Shout out to the people who helped this week with that. It was a huge, huge help. So real quick, I just want to say my thank yous. If I can find them anyways. Let's see. Oh no. Alright, so thank you to Ted. He's a community manager at Exa Market and is wearing a hoodie today with a red baseball hat. An Exa Market. Exa hoodie, okay.
Wait, hold on. Let me do a 180 for you. Oh yeah, you get to see my butt. Oh yeah. Oh wait, hold on.
Ted is wearing an Exa hoodie and a red baseball hat.
Got a nice X market. My posture's really bad. I can't put any weight on the back of my legs. So it's just like I'm mugging at an it's a whole thing. But,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
we made it. Go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Alright, so Ted's the community Exa manager. Seth LordBeluga is the community manager at the Beluga Project. Dylan is the community/operations manager at Rand Gallery, and Joe Polny is from the DevReal team at the Algo Foundation. The show was produced by me with the support of the community sponsors and viewers like you. For real, help out. Let's have fun every week. Let's laugh and do push-ups and talk about NFTs. Let's do it all. So, quick disclosure before I wrap it up, guys. The views and opinions expressed by the guests on the show are their own, and they don't necessarily reflect the views of the sponsors, supporters, or other projects and organizations affiliated with Algorand. The Algo Hour is a not-for-profit community lift that is for education and entertainment purposes only. Nothing on the show, in the comments, and the links, or anywhere is meant to be financial advice or investment advice. Please do your own research and be kind. Thank you for bearing with me. We'll be back next week. Give me your comments. Send me your help. We'll get it.
Love you all. Thank you so much, and hope to see you soon.
Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Soon. We'll talk again.